In this video, we'll learn how to search for recurrences of a particular phrase in Hebrew. Let's suppose we wish to find out where else in the Hebrew Bible the phrase Devar Adonai El occurs. We'll begin by selecting it as I've done, and now copy it, Control-C. Now this particular phrase is stored in memory. We don't have to type any Hebrew at this point. In order to open up a search window, we'll go to the three tabs in the upper left of your screen, particularly the magnifying glass. Left-click on the magnifying glass, and you'll see that in the right panel there appears the search queries. Sometimes this search panel will show up covering up your Hebrew Bible. If that's the case, you can just move it as you can with any other window that's displayed by seizing it, drag and drop with the left mouse button, which I've done right now on the tab. I can move it over to this side. Once again, drag it back to the right side and drop it. The search options within Logos are fairly sophisticated. You can see a group of 6 of them here in the upper right. Basic search, Bible search, image search, clause search, morphological search, or a syntactic search. Evidently, because we had a Hebrew Bible open, we were starting from that point, Logos guesses that we're interested in a morphological search. That will work, although we will not be adding a lot of morphological specifiers to this. Also notice that it assumes we want to work out of the Lexham Hebrew Bible, and that's appropriate. That's the one that we're sourcing from. If you wish to change that, you would hover over that portion of this search string, left-click on it, and you can see that other resources will be made available to you. If you wish to search in a different Bible, you could choose that. Now, Lexham works for the Hebrew search. And now let's click the cursor in this Find window that appears. In order to tell the computer that we want distinctly this phrase in this order with no intervening words, we'll need to encase it in quotation marks. The easiest way to do this, I find, is to type both the front and the back quotation marks at the outset, like this. 2 sets of quotation marks, and now simply back up your cursor so that it's nested within those quotation marks, and now use Control-C or however you like to paste, Control-V, and the phrase that I had saved or copied earlier is now poured out between those 2 quotation marks. We are ready now to tell the computer to begin the search, and you do this by depressing the arrow that's at the far right end of that Find window. Click on this with your mouse, a left click, and that will start up the search. And here is what it has found for us. 56 occurrences of this phrase. It lists them out in traditional English Bible book order. If we wish to direct the computer to open up that phrase, we could do a couple of things. Either we can hover over it, and whatever is our default Bible will appear. If you have selected an English Bible, then it will give you the English. If you've selected a Hebrew Bible, as I have the BHS, then it would pop up that particular site. If we left-click on this GE 15:1, then Genesis 15:1 will appear over on the far left. I see that since my default Hebrew Bible is the Biblia Hebraica Stuttgartensia, it's gone ahead and introduced that resource. Let me go ahead and link that to the Lexham. We'll click that again. Here comes Genesis in BHS. And if I wish to see it in my original Bible, Lexham, I'll just click on that tab and it's linked to it. So here we find Devar Adonai El Avraham, the word of the Lord to Abraham or Abram. Another nice feature that we find in this particular display is the form of the words that are used. For example, davar. Notice that the second entry that's offered to us from Exodus 4, verse 30, uses diber, not davar. This tells us that the search has collected any occurrences of these consonants, dalet, bet, resh, irrespective of what vowels are associated with them or where there are dageshim that are associated with them. Consequently, this next entry from Exodus 4:30 will be diber Adonai el Moshe. Let's open that up, take a look at it. Once again, it's offering me BHS. I'm going to switch over to Lexham. And here we have it, diber Adonai el Moshe. This is slightly different than the form we had in Jonah. There it was a noun, the word, a noun of the Lord to Jonah. Now it is the Lord spoke, diber, a verb, to Moses. If we wish to confine ourselves to just word as noun in this phrase, we can scan down this list of the search and watch for occurrences where it's just a noun, like davar. Here we see one in 1 Samuel 15, another in 2 Samuel 7, and so forth. There are other ways that you can confine the search a bit more, but when it comes to a simple copy and paste phrase nested between quotation marks, this gives you an idea how this can rather quickly return a number of hits that are fairly similar to your search phrase, with the exception of the vowels.